Hi, YouTube. I hope you're doing great. I'm doing okay. Happy Monday or Tuesday, wherever you're at. It's a little gloomy here. We had some snow last night, but nothing that really stuck around. But I think we have more bad weather coming in, and then we have some almost time to wear some shorts weather coming up here, like 60, above 60 degrees in our state. Well, you'll see people, there'll be snow on the ground and they still have their shorts on. So, yeah, it's the way it is here. So, I saw a really cute little video. It was fake, of course, and there was no little kid actually swearing, but there was this little like 5-year-old girl and her neighbor looks over the hedge and it looked like her, probably her dad, and he says, so, well, um hello Laura, love, what are you doing today? And she said, I'm digging a grave for my goldfish. And he said, why are you digging such a big hole? Or told her, I'm sorry, why are you digging such a big hole? And she says, um because your effing cat ate my goldfish, and I just thought that was funny. That's sort of my dark sense of humor, but they did it really good. It was the cutest. It's the videos on my Facebook if you want to see it. I got a chuckle out of it. So both my sons were on Facebook this morning, so I was happy about that. It's like, well, I sent them that. Neither one of them said nothing. So I didn't make that turkey breast yesterday. It's still in there, and it was frozen. It wasn't ready to go, but Doug thought it was, but it's not. You still got to cook it and all that. Not a big deal, but I had plans for yesterday's meal anyway because I have a bunch of cream cheese. I still have like 3 more blocks of it. So I fried up some onions and some hamburgers and made Philadelphia um, burgers out of it, like with onion and cream cheese and then ketchup on the bottom. And they were good. I made one, well, I made four of them, but I made one giant burger for each of us, and then there's leftovers for today if we want them. And so, but yeah, so that was our Easter meal, which I loved. Then I had some dark chocolate with some almonds in it after. So, not my favorite, but they were out of milk chocolate, so with almonds. I used to just love the plain Hershey chocolate, but now I like the almonds. Now that I'm allergic to all legumes and nuts and everything, I've been craving them more than I ever did, which is crazy. But that's the way it is. And I had another bloody nose yesterday. I gotta be really careful that I don't bump it or blow it too hard or, you know, I am in my, let's see, tomorrow will be 40 days of strict exercise every day for 40 days. It's been 39 days without, no, it is 40. It is 40. Um, Tomorrow will be 10 days on my squats, but I had 30 days into push ups, 100 a day before that. So, yeah, so I'm well into well over a month. When I'm at like a 2 month part at the end of these squats, it'll be like, wow, solid 60 days with no reprieve, which is good. Not always, I wouldn't say, but because a person could really hurt themselves, especially if you're just starting. Like, and if you had injuries or whatever and you're just starting out, a little bit here and there every few days is probably good, especially if you do other things too. And everybody does. We have lives, so it's like, yeah, I know. It's just having the conscience in the back of your mind of taking better care of yourself. It's just like with the Holy Spirit in us. It's just that little nagging feeling that gives us the conscience that we need. And when people say, well, like people are sleeping or unconscious, well, they're conscious to a you know, certain part, just depends on what they're ignoring and how it's going to affect them physically and mentally, you know, because it does. If you don't take care of your spiritual, your physical will suffer and vice versa. It's a whole machine, you know. So that just that little nag that God gives us is enough to keep us on the path, listening to our intuition, our instincts, and that. So I hope you had a very nice Easter. Mine was okay, and it was 20 minutes to 2 in the morning, and Doug told me Happy Easter the next day. I didn't say nothing. you know, his birthday's coming up on the 20th. I could be like, yeah, happy birthday the next day, Nah, I don't know. We don't really celebrate too much of anything. When there was kids around, that's different. But, and I even made it many, many, many years where I forbade anybody don't get me anything because if you do, it's so fake. I'm gonna come unglued. Don't play phony bullshit with me. Like you can't buy my silence to your abuse. That type of feeling with people. It's like, no, I'm not gonna shut up. So don't waste your money. Really. So if they know that about me, I'm cool because I know I'll never get nothing. Well, that goes two ways too. I really don't do a lot for people. Um, Depending, and I want to do more for some, but depending. Hey, whoever they are, you know. So, but yeah. Um. Oh, and then I saw a meme. It was something. Well, it was that one you've probably seen before. It said songs that you wouldn't put or play at a funeral. And I said I think Staying Alive would be cool. And then I also put, I saw a thing if Christ rose anyway and never really died, then what did he sacrifice? And I said, well, why don't you come over to and I'll beat you and hang you and pierce your side, and then we'll talk. you know. So anyway, yeah, just because you have God in your heart, um, and you know the promise that your eternal life will go on, doesn't make it okay for anybody to pulverize your physical being on this plane, a lower vibrational existence. So, but they think they have that permission because their father, Satan, lets them get away with murder, literally. So, but he is a liar. He was a liar from the beginning. He'll make you believe anything's okay. You can justify anything, really. A person can, you know. And I've said these words myself, well, trust me or whatever. And in my mind it's like, why wouldn't you? Because I would rather die than lie. But other people, they're like, um or you don't have to believe me or whatever. Well, most likely I'm not gonna anyway, depending on the person. But yeah, why would these people say that? It's like, um or I wouldn't lie to you, or do you think I'd lie to you? And if I heard these things, I'd be like, absolutely, most likely, you know. And like Dr. House, that show, he said everybody lies. Well, everybody doesn't lie, but liars think everybody lies, you know. So I might lie to save somebody I love, maybe, but I wouldn't lie to save myself, if that makes sense, you know. I don't know that I'd even tell an untruth about somebody for somebody I love. I'd probably just use my language skills and do like the far left would do, make it so it was unprovable. you know, that would be a better solution for me, if I had to do something like that, you know. But I know some people that just flat out lie, you know. It's like, how can you sit and lie right in front of the person that knows you're lying and just keep lying? How can you? And why? What does it benefit? If I can make a move to stop you, I'm going to do it, whether or not I can prove it, you know? So, but yeah. Then that goes in, I don't know how I got on lying, but yeah, something I really hate, because change the context of a sentence with one word and the whole meaning is lost to the whole thing, you know. And that goes with people talking to other people. And if you leave out one detail, or you add one detail, or leave out one word, or add one word, or change one word that might be the similar in another language, or the meaning is lost altogether in another language. There's all different kinds of tricks with language that people can play with, and I hate that lying crap. It's still deceiving, it's still lying. Even if it's omitted, it's lying, you know. Untruth is an untruth no matter how you paint it, you know. So, anyway, I should be smacked today. I've been thinking about getting another dog. That's just stupid. So just reach out and smack me. Nah, even with the feral kitties around that are hungry and need that place we built and whatever, even with them, that's enough. And I have no clue how they are going to propagate or what's going to happen with them. So I don't know. A couple of them wandered off, and they're out there living their little kitty lives. But you know, and I did think of getting something like a German Shepherd, um, but nah. Maybe if I was like totally alone, maybe then. But I have like a flippin' arsenal here. So I really, the dog will wake you up a little bit ahead of time, usually. And mine was Goofy, and she'd sit and talk to everybody, like people out at the shop, and never shut up. And she was little, and I couldn't beat her up or nothing. No, she just wasn't that she was disobedient. It was she was very excitable. She was part Jack Russell and part Basset Hound. And the Basset Hound made her really stubborn. So, a mixture of two breeds that Doug wanted the Basset Hound. I wanted the Russell, so we got a Brussels Sprout. She was beautiful and a sweet little girl, but I would go with the German Shepherd and totally talk German to it. Play it some Rammstein, if you know what that is. Some the heaviest heavy metal that I've ever heard, I think. And with the German language, with the accent from Germany, it being so guttural, it sounds even worse than. There's only one song on one of their albums that I like. I really can't stand them for the most part, but there's this one song, and I don't remember the name of it. I used to know it, but it's about a soldier when he goes to war and how he's literally praying to God in the foxhole, or behind the barricades, when he's seeing all his brothers fall all around him and everything. Like, what are we doing? It's like crazy. So, and they're screaming, and yeah, that's a good song. Play my German Shepherd puppy some Rammstein. It'll probably know better German than I do. I used to know it a little bit, and the same with my Spanish used to be pretty good. But and I can read Latin and Hebrew and Arabic, and so I can read languages and accentuate them pretty good. Even with French is one I struggle with. Um, and a lot of American words are French, or I should say English, are French anyway, but or very similar, even similar to some Italian. So that's kind of too, and correlates with the Spanish in a lot of respects. So those languages, and the same with like Norwegian, Swedish, and German. Now, if you go Finliner, the Finnish people, their language is, I'll count to you in five in Finnish. Iksi, Guksi, Nalaman, Vis. That's only four. That's all I can remember. That's yeah, that's all I can do today. That's a little different, isn't it? Gooksy for two, Ixie for one, Gooksy, Nalaman is three, and Veast, like my name Weast, only with a V, Veast for four. That's crazy, a crazy language to learn. I used to know a little bit of Swedish, and see, my dad was Swedish and Finnish. My mom that raised me was English, Spanish, and French. Her mom was Spanish and English, and her father was full-blooded French. And I did learn a little of the French language when I was young, but he didn't speak it. He was more into speaking English, and he ran a business. He was a plumber, and he worked with a lot of the wealthier people in Minneapolis. So he established a really good business and was really staunch as not to going back to old country ways in a new country. So He was even in the cavalry, you know, so, which is interesting with the horses and, you know, so, yeah. Cheers. It's still warm. I had it on my wood stove, so it's nice. You can just go. I have a cast iron owl that's a hot plate type of thing, and then it's got a cooking surface too. My one wood stove, just the wood one for heat, has a cooking plate on it. But I also have that little cast iron owl that if it gets really hot, I can keep things like my coffee on there, um, or a pan of food to keep warm, or while I'm cooking something else. And then I have a cook wood stove too. We have quite a few wood stoves, literally giant ones and littler ones. Yeah. Anyway, we've got 4 or 5 of them or more around. So just because if we ran across something that either we could use the metal for, or if we were going to use it for something else, or I know one of them came like in the back of something that, like a truck or something that we got. And so, yeah, stuff like that. So, anyway, yeah, I heard that they're talking that this fake conflict over in Europe is, they're talking about a 10-year span of this war going on. It's like, are you prepared to pay for a 10-year war? People are going to be out in the streets because they can't pay their mortgages or afford gas to go to their jobs or rental properties or anything like that. We have people in tents in the in snow for God dang it. I almost really got bad there. But yeah, not just because I've been in that situation, but even if a person hasn't, you can imagine what it's like not to lay your head on a warm bed and pillow and have a blanket and softness and cleanliness and that type of thing. All the things that the comforts, creature comforts, that they're denied. And we're over there having a conflict with these freaking Ukrainian hillbillies or whoever the hell they are. Freaking money monging, war monging, Slavic, fake Jew, low life fuckers. Sorry. Oh, yeah, that wasn't too nice, was it? Sorry, my apologies, ladies and gentlemen, but it's just irritating. The lies that are involved with all of this is just, it's repulsive. I can't stand them. You know? God, I hate liars. I really do. I don't even want somebody saying, I like you. Even if you don't like me, I don't care if you're family or not. Get the fuck out of my life and stay away from me. You know, don't pretend ever. Don't pretend. I don't care. I mean, I'll care, but I'd rather be without somebody in my life than to have any smidgen of fakeness in a relationship. I can't do that. That was the conflict between my birth mother and I, because I was able to get close to everybody in the family, but she wasn't able to accept that. And it's like, now I'll pinpoint you and I'll nail your ass to the cross where you belong. you know. It's like, yeah. And I'll honor you because you're my mommy. There you go. That's all you get. Total exposure to the narcissist. You know, that's what we need to do. Make them pay $50 every day. Gotta pay to play. Yeah, like come here, little narcissist. I'm gonna tell you a story. It's a story of how you persecuted innocent, good people. Now we're gonna hang your ass up on a cross, and we're gonna put 9-inch spikes through your flipping head. No, just whatever. But you know my point. No, okay, this is just no. We're just gonna take you out in the middle of town square, and um, you're gonna have to play Red Rover. Except there's not just two lines of where you're gonna have to run and try and break free. You're surrounded from all sides, and there's a never-ending army of people that hate your flipping guts because you're low like that. So, anyway, if you know what Red Rover is, it's a children's game, where you lock arms, you have a line of people, and then you have to try and break through their barricade. That shit was so easy. I just either jump over their arms or break right through it, depending on the people, you know. So, or just jump right into them. That works too. I like contact sports. You might be able to tell. I love dodgeball. I go bowling for kids. I got in trouble. It's like, this is the damn game. We're supposed to win, So if that's how you do it, that's what works. It'd be like if I was a professional football player. Yeah, you don't see chicks in the NFL. How about this? That somebody goes running like quarterback with the ball, and I go running up there and wrap myself around his legs, and he hits the freaking ground. That's the type of thing I do. I curl up in a ball around their legs. I dive into their legs and grab them and curl. There's no escape. You get a little hurt a little bit, but not too bad if you plan it right. You got to watch their feet and watch their big bodies too. But yeah, I did get hurt playing some sports sometimes only because the people I was playing with hated me because I was talented and they tried to hurt me because of that. Same like with boxing in school and sword fighting, jousting. People would get all serious with me, and it's like, wow, okay. It's like one time I was 12 years old, there was this Eagle Scout, Boy Scout named Alan, the highest rank you can get in Boy Scouts. And he was this big piece of crap. And I boxed him and I got some marks in on him and shit. And he wanted to pulverize me. They had to stop him from actually killing me. I was turning around and he was coming after me, and some other people grabbed him because I pummeled him pretty good. Got about 30 whacks into his two or three. It's like, anyway, headshots too. But anyway, oh, the good days. But that's what I would do with my ex too. I put on my kid gloves, and I'd give him a big pair, and then I'd punch him out. And kids would be having a conflict. I'd go in their toy box and grab the gloves and just knock each other blocks off. Then just have at it. They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't till they got older, and then they did it the wrong way. But it's like whatever. But that is a good way to, if you are with an abusive spouse, and you're physical, do it better. You know, that's what I did. I had to. And God help me, you know. But anyway, yeah, I'm a warrior. There is no art form of war, Mortal Kombat, that I don't know, that I'm not skilled in. So, yeah, people don't only not dislike me for that, they downright hate me, you know. But that's just too bad, you know. That's the way it goes. Oh, and I am feeling good exercising more, I gotta admit. And I told Doug too, I'd just whip his ass if you sabotage me at all with my sleep or your mouth or anything you do. You're going to pay for it, probably physically, if not mentally for sure, you know, because I'm not putting up with it. I'm not being injured anymore from people and tolerating it. I will rebel against tyranny and tyrants and narcissists and just plain rude, mean people, misogynistic men. You know, there's men that, although they may be loyal in one respect, their minds are never strong enough to carry a total um, loyalty that's required. You know, they just can't do it, you know, and they hate me for that too. So, yeah, because um, I have the strongest mind and willpower when it comes to not letting Satan's fleshly desires in this system overrule me, you know? So I have a really immense amount of control over that and can show anybody, just say no. It's not yours. It's not yours to own, to look at, to do, to nothing. If God brings something in your life, there you go, you know? And that it really is how it works best, I'm convinced, you know? For friends or even relatives, if they don't belong in your life, they really don't. You know, if they're disruptive or injuring in even could be seemingly innocent, speak in a certain way in front of your kid or whatever. If it's off, chuck it, get rid of it, or distance yourself from it as much as possible. That's my advice. Just limit your conversations with these dark entities and make it like a business deal if you can. You know, that's the best way to operate because really that you are nothing but a commodity to them to use. So you have to really keep that in mind when dealing with them and don't let your guard down. You'll just be hurt. When they're cold like that, they're just cold like that. So now God can go into their hearts, and I'm still waiting. And it will be His timing, but you know, it's getting about time. I just feel it. I feel something, a happiness and a total sadness at the same time. Sad for the people that are going to be affected in ways that they have no clue. They it will be sad to see some large people, and I don't mean in statue, I mean like in society or whatever, to see them crumble like the total garbage they are. That's a sad thought in a manner, you know. So it's like putting a diaper on Satan. Come here, Binky boy. You got poo poo. You need to change. You shit. You know. Binky boy. That's the name of this video. Oh, yeah. That's it. Okay, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I hope that made you laugh too, because that's a good one. All right. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Have a good night or day wherever you're at. Oh.